Well, hey, this is Josh Nelson with the 7-Figure Agency, and I wanted to shoot this quick video on the concept of the agency funnel. We hear a lot about funnels and tripwires and lead magnets, but what does it look like for an agency to get clients to enter at the top of a funnel and come in, pre-positioned to buy, and convert into customers? I did a whole session on this. I called it the ultimate agency funnel at the Traffic Conversion Summit. So I just wanted to go to the whiteboard here and kind of walk through this process with you. So what we've got up on the board is the ultimate agency funnel. And the one thing I want you to really recognize is that this is pretty simple. It's a 3-step funnel. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to overcomplicate it. What you need is a way to get someone that's your ideal prospect, ideally within your targeted niche. So for us, we serve plumbing and HVAC contractors. A lot of the people we work with deal with very specific niches. That's what works best. That way you can create information and content that's relevant to the prospects you want to serve. So really what we want to do is obviously have some reason for them to opt in. We found cheat sheets, lead magnets, keyword lists, simple things they can consume relatively quickly, work really well. From there, all we want to do after they opt in is get them to schedule, right? We need them to schedule to sell digital marketing agency services. We have to take them through a consultative sales process. So we've got to have them schedule a time to sit down with us so we can show them, here's what you're doing now, here's where there's room for improvement, here's how we can help, and here's how much it costs, right? So we want to make it really simple to move them from opt-in to appointment. That's the ultimate goal with all of the lead magnets we put out, with all of the information we share in the cyberspace, is to get them to schedule an appointment. Now, the third piece, and this is what most digital marketing agencies miss, is to have some type of hot lead follow-up. So what's going to happen is the prospect's going to schedule a time, they're going to show up ideally, they're going to sit through your sales presentation, and a large percentage will say, yeah, this sounds great, I'm pretty interested, send me some additional details. What are our next steps? And usually a proposal is sent or something along those lines, maybe a next meeting is scheduled, and it kind of dies there, right? Average conversion rates in the digital marketing space from sales call to actual client is only about 12%. So what you need to do is engineer what I call a hot lead follow-up. This is a process where after that sales call, we've engineered a number of touches to move them from, yeah, I'm pretty interested, I said I want to do business, to actually signing the contract and becoming a monthly retainer client. So I just want to unpack these 3 simple steps in a little bit more depth, kind of get your energy and juices flowing, because I can tell you we've built a multiple 7-figure digital marketing agency on this simple 3-step funnel, and I've seen a lot of digital agencies start to implement this and get similar results. So let me just unpack this for you a little bit further. As it relates to the opt-in, again, there's tons of great content about lead magnets and cheat sheets. I don't want to go down that path. What I want to go down is what happens after they opt in, because in a lot of cases, this piece right after the opt-in, the page that they see, is the most powerful moment in our relationship with that prospect. It's that opportunity where they've just requested your thing, and now you can connect with them, you can deepen the relationship, and ideally you can get them straight to appointment. What we found to work best is after the opt-in, they get to a page that says, hey, thanks so much for requesting that piece of information. It's going to be awesome. You're going to get great value from it. But if you're like most people in our niche, plumbing and HVAC contractors, you like to get information, you like to understand what's going on, but at the end of the day, you're looking for someone to implement this for you, to get you the result. If that's you, what I want to suggest is let's schedule a time to meet. And this is what you'll get. This is what we're going to do once we meet, right? And so we find that when we added that, we were able to get 3 or 4 times more of our opt-ins straight to the next step we wanted, which is to schedule the appointment, right? So that key insight right there, just having the autoplay after the opt-in can be a massive game changer for you. Beyond that, you want to follow up via multimedia, right? So if you're using Infusionsoft or ActiveCampaign or any of these great platforms that are out there, once they opt in, you've got their email address. You can do a little bit of research to find them on Facebook and on Twitter and on LinkedIn. And in some cases, you can even track down a cell phone number. But what I want to make sure is that after anybody opts into your world for any kind of content that you offer them, that you're following up diligently. You're sending them emails. Hey, here's the lead magnet. Hey, here's another piece of content. Here's another idea. Here's some problems that people in this industry are facing. All of those emails, bringing them back to the next step in the funnel, which is to schedule that strategy session, right? And don't just use email. Connect with them on Facebook, try and send them a personal message. Connect them with them on LinkedIn, send them a personal message. there's a lot of meat on the bone right here within social messenger. Not everybody's checking their emails anymore. There's just so much email going on. If you can connect with them on social messenger, you can break through the clutter and get a lot of traction. So that's the piece on the opt-in, the appointment, right? So you want to make this as simple and friction-free as possible. There's lots of great platforms for this, like Calendly, Appointment Core, Schedule Once. Doesn't matter what platform you use, just make sure that you take them to a page where it's like, okay, let's schedule a time, and let them pick the time on the schedule that works for you and works for them. Here's the key. What I'm hearing from a lot of digital marketing agencies is they've got this set up, people are scheduling appointments, but they're not showing up. They're not coming to the appointment ready and excited. So what you want to do is make sure that, again, you leverage that page right after they opt in or right after they schedule their appointment. Oftentimes it's just here's a link to your calendar, add it. Just text, right? And so they don't know, like they just scheduled an appointment out in cyberspace with somebody. Maybe the person's going to show up, maybe they're not. What you want to do is have a video on that page congratulating them for scheduling their appointment, letting them know what to expect next, and to give them a couple next steps. A couple next steps that have worked well for us. Add them to a private Facebook group. That works great. Now you're aggregating your audience. Ask them to send you a personal message on Facebook Messenger. That way you guys are connected at a deeper level. What we found is if we can get them to engage with us after they've scheduled the appointment, they're 3 to 4 times more likely to actually show up. And then you want to drop content on them via text message, right? You should always at the appointment get a cell phone number so that you can engage via text message. And then you should try and engage via social messenger. Same thing, you can have your VA do this. Basically, they opt in for the appointment. The VA goes and searches them out on social media, connects with them, sends them a message. Hey, we're scheduled. I'm really looking forward to our appointment, right? We found is when they reply back to that initial message, either via text message, social messenger, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn, they're going to show up. And they're going to show up, expecting for you to be there and expecting this to be a great appointment. Right? So a couple key strategies there that have worked well to improve the show-up rates. Again, if you can get more of the people that opt in to schedule and you get more of those people that schedule to actually show up to the meeting, you're going to close more deals. You're going to get more clients. Now the third piece, and again, this is really, in my opinion, where the money is made, have a specifically engineered process after the meeting. Well, you can't just rely on your own personal follow-through to say, okay, I had a good meeting with this guy. I'm going to call him next week. I'm going to keep chasing him down until he buys. You only have so much time in the day, right? You get busy, your sales team gets busy. What you want to do is engineer at least 7 touches after that initial call via email, via strategic tasks, via social message communication, assuming they just said, yeah, I'm interested, send me the proposal and we're excited about getting started, right? Yes, you want to use best practices. You want to ask for the business. Yes, you want to set the next appointment, but you also want to engineer this. So what we found to work best, send some type of email. Hey, great talking with you today. Here's what we talked about. Here's what we're going to do next. And if you've got your package lined up pretty well, you're not custom writing that. It can be automatically kind of sent out. You want to send some testimonials. You want to outline what the next steps are. You want to kind of create the gap. Hey, we ran this report. Here's where you're failing again. Here's how we can help. Let's jump on a next call. Right? You just want to make sure that you're leveraging that process with a deadline. So you want to leave those calls not open-ended, but hey, listen, can we agree we'll make a decision sometime in the next 2 weeks? Yes? And then all of your emails after that strategy session lead to a deadline. So you can ask for the business, you can expect to have a yes-no decision within that time period. Now the last thing I'll say that has really helped on this process is to leverage direct mail with some type of shock and awe package after the strategy session. So again, this is specifically for those folks that said, yeah, I'm pretty interested, you send me the information. So not only are you going to email them, but you're going to drop a package in the mail. So a couple days later, they just had a great business conversation with you, they felt excited about the opportunity, and a couple days later, in the mail is package with testimonials. If you have a book, a copy of your book. If you have like case studies and things on CD or DVD that you can send, just something that takes them from, yeah, I had a great conversation. I got this great proposal that explained exactly what the next steps were. Then I got this great package in the mail. Do you think that would improve the probability that more people that have that meeting with you would actually turn into clients and sign up? I guess the answer is absolutely it does. So this is the ultimate agency funnel, kind of from a very high level. I think you've got some very specific ideas and tactics that you can implement all the way through this process. Post a comment if you think this is useful, beneficial, something you can implement in your agency. And if you'd like more information on this whole process, I did an hour-long session at the Traffic Conversion Summit. I'd like to give you access to that so you can watch it and you get all the details for this process. So if you want that, just in the comments, type in Ultimate Agency Funnel, and I'll get you set up with that right away. Hope you got value from this. Appreciate your time. I'll talk to you later.